Choosing the right sports betting platform can be tricky, as most mobile sports betting apps come with limited betting options and customization, delayed cash out and withdrawal times, and tedious customer support, and no true loyalty program with continuous rewards even after signing up. All of this leads to a frustrating, one-sided experience. So, how do you find the one which suits you best? Introducing ZenSports. It combines the best of both worlds, a traditional sports book and a cutting-edge peer-to-peer marketplace. ZenSports allows you to accept bets against the house, or use our peer-to-peer marketplace to create your own one-of-a-kind bet and set your own odds without the need for a bookmaker. At ZenSports, you get more betting options and a cashback rewards through our unique welcome bonus, continuous loyalty program every month, and referral rewards delivered directly into your account. So what are you waiting for? Download the ZenSports app today at ZenSports.com.
Welcome to Bluff City Bets, a Bluff City media podcast. Join Daniel Greer and Chase Bobbitt as they give their plays of the day and strategies for success as a sports bettor. Now, let's get to the show.
What's up, everybody? This is Bluff City Bets, and we are here to make you just a little bit smarter and make your cash go a little bit farther. I am your host, as always. I am Daniel Greer, and I'm flying a little solo tonight. Chase had some things that were going on, and so I'm going to bring you all the content, but I'm going to do it alone. But I have something special for you in store. We had the CEO here of ZenSports. I had him for a quick interview earlier today. Was able to go ahead and land him for that. But then I wanted to make sure that I went ahead and had the normal podcast. I'm going to give you all the good tips and tricks. We're going to talk a lot about baseball. It's going to be some U.S. Open, little bit of the NBA draft, but for the most part, we're going to be talking about baseball. This is the dog days of summer, and so we want to make sure that we give you as much content as possible, but it will be baseball related. That's just the truth of the whole thing. We have all that, but we are presented by ZenSports. They have been so good, and you can kind of see them. If you are a fan of ZenSports, if you are now a part of the family, you're seeing it grow. And it's funny. I was talking to Mark about this earlier, and we were talking about how, much the app is growing and it's developing. And so make sure you stay patient, but stay tuned because they're obviously helping develop the app as it's live now. It hasn't been live, a week now? And so it's now live. It's been there for a week. So expect that it's going to keep getting better. If you have anything, feel free to reach out to them. They'll be more than happy to answer any questions. They have 24/7 support staff. But also, if you have suggestions, go ahead and hit them a review at the App Store. Let them know how you're feeling about it, and they can make sure that they kind of answer some of the questions that you might have. But also celebrate the wins that they have. The cash reward bonus is one thing they always want to make sure they hit on. You get unlimited 5% cash back with your referral code. So make sure you're doing that. Make sure you're going out. We're on the front end, and we're going to talk about this with Mark, but in the front end of all of something new, right? And you don't have that chance with the other sports books out there. You're not the first person that you're telling them that they've never heard of the sports book. And so in a sense, this is your chance to go ahead and earn a little bit. So with your referral code, you're going to get 3% cash commission on all your referrals revenue for the first 6 months of betting. So you don't want to tell your grandma, if she's not a bettor, that, hey, go ahead and sign up, add this app. Don't do that. Tell your buddy John, and he'll make sure that he goes ahead and he will be the guy that you bring over to ZenSports, and you get 3% of everything that he has in the first 6 months. So go ahead and do that. So you're going to get back 3% commission on anything that he's going to spend there. And so you make sure you're lining your pockets, while you and John are both winning. So make sure you stay tuned to that. We have a lot of stuff happening. You're going to hear a lot of the more in-depth stuff. And so I don't want to lay out too much of the ZenSports stuff, but make sure you tune in and go ahead and download the app, ZenSports, ZEN Sports. If you don't know how to spell sports, I apologize for you. But let's go ahead and get into the content today. We're going to talk about baseball, as I was talking about earlier. But let's go around the league a little bit. The NBA Finals is over. My big cash from that came from the last game and the last two games. If you're a Discord member, I don't know what you're doing if you're not, but go ahead and put in BCM Bet. We'll go ahead and give you a free month of that. Let you come over there and see kind of what we're doing, the bets we're putting out there, stuff you're missing out on. And I promise you, we'll win you at least $5 a month. That's all it costs to be a Discord member. So worst case, it's a wash, but we're going to win you a lot more than that. But the NBA Finals is over. And yes, the Joker was amazing. That dude was just an animal. And his interviews after were so much better than his play. That dude is a national treasure. But the Denver Nuggets obviously now are the champions. And so we're getting out of that. And then we had the Vegas Knights who took out the Florida Panthers in quick manner, just as the Denver Nuggets did. So there's not anything else going on. It's baseball. Thankfully, I love betting on baseball, and thankfully, I love baseball. Played college as well, and so I know the game a little bit. And so hopefully that helps us when we're betting on it. But just as today, we cash with the Cincinnati Reds, another money line win for them. So keep on cashing. Hit us up in the Discord. We'll make sure we give you some good bets. But what's happening around the league? Things I'm looking for. And that's going to be the Rockies and the Braves series. That's going to happen. It starts tomorrow. I guess it starts today when you're seeing this on Thursday. It goes all the way through the weekend. These other ones, they could be 3 or 4. I didn't look exactly what days they're starting. But the Blue Jays at Rangers, we're talking about two very good offenses. The Reds at Astros, like the ball could be flying. And if you watch the Cincinnati Reds game today, my God, Matt McClain, Jonathan India, those dudes were just animals, and they were launching balls. The Tampa Rays at Padres, that's going to be a good game. Both offenses, the Padres are starting to roll. So you're talking about the Rays against the Padres. Man, that could be a very, very good game. I haven't seen the weather on any of these matchups just yet. The Astros is indoors as well as the Rangers. But we're talking about potential, places where the ball could fly with, at the Braves, at Padres. And then our last matchup is the Giants at the Dodgers. The Giants have been playing so well as of late. So I think that we're looking at a bunch of good games that really the ball could be flying. I wouldn't say that there's anybody that out of those teams that I mentioned that has just a dominant ace. I'm a big Braves fan, and I will obviously show my bias. But I try to take the bias out of it a little bit and know that they are a good offense, but they don't have anybody that's dominant in pitching. Everybody's hittable. Everybody that's on here is hittable. And that's something that we want to make sure we're looking at is the hit. And so I know it's very simple math. We've talked about it before, but I always look at the innings pitch and then the hits allowed. And so that's where I'm looking at if I'm doing hit parlays. Something I've been doing lately has been doing walks. And so sometimes, like today, for instance, I went and found Austin Gomber, who is pitching for the Colorado Rockies, and it just happened recently. But he averages around 2 walks a game, and so I was looking at his walk line, and it was minus 170. Okay, so I'm not going to play him for 2+ walks for minus 170. I might pair him up with another guy that I like the matchup, whether it's a team that likes to walk. And then it's him who likes to give up walks, right? So I might pair those two in a parlay for like plus 140, plus 150 and take a shot on it with one unit. But we're talking about looking at maybe the 4th or 5th inning. So let's say a teaching moment. We're getting to the 4th inning and the guy has, we'll say 40 or less pitches. You can say 50 if you want. That's not too far deep into his bag. But we're talking about he's pacing well. And so a lot of times those sports books, what I got was Austin Gomber for over 1. So just 1 walk, easy, 1 walk, and you got it minus 105. I hit that for 2 units just because he was at 54 pitches. He was going into the 5th inning. At that point, I know he's got 2 more innings left. And so out of the 6 batters, he's obviously tiring. And so I went ahead and attacked that at minus 105. You can catch that in the Discord, right? if anything that I have, I'm going to go ahead and put that in the Discord. And if you want to follow me live on anything I bet, you can follow me at Pickit. It's a Pickit app. It's free, but it's Pikkit. Very easy. Pickit app. You can put in the code BCMBet, and I will make sure that you get your share of $3. $3. It's free. Whatever. Just all you have to do is link or sync 10 bets, I believe. And so if you're betting like normal, you're good. So, but that's all the thing. I'm looking around the league. We obviously have the U.S. Open that is at the Los Angeles Country Club. Matt Fitzpatrick was the last year's winner, but this year looks completely different. And so one guy I'm targeting, it's actually at ZenSports. It's in the Discord, been there for 2 days now. Scotty Scheffler. Everywhere else has minus 135 to minus 155. That's your range, right? As for Scotty Scheffler to be a top 10 finish. Well, it can be an official play. I don't know if you're going to hear this in time, but it's been in the Discord for at least 2 days. But over at ZenSports, they have Scotty Scheffler to make top 10 at plus 100. So even money, Scotty Scheffler, go ahead. And so if you're missing out on just that little bit of odds, those are great odds. You're not taking advantage of it. You need to go over to ZenSports now and go ahead. And I promise you, you won't regret it. And you can go ahead and sign up today. Bad beats and big cash. Nothing bad beats, thankfully, as of late. But a big cash I had was back-to-back games I had in the finals. Very simple. I took 2 guys, 2 bigs for rebounds, and I took 2 guards for assists. Makes sense, right? Well, over at MGM, they actually have the insurance parlay, right? And so I played that, and I played that to the full amount. And what I had is a plus 425 or plus 460, depending on which day it was. The first day was obviously better odds, but it was awesome. I had the Joker to get 12 rebounds, which he was pretty much hitting on every single game. Bam Adebayo, 9 rebounds. And then we had Jamal Murray for 8 assists. And I had Kyle Lowry, who was playing much better late into the series with the Heat. They're relying on Kyle Lowry much more. I had him for 4+ assists. So Lowry 4+ assists, Murray 8+ assists, Adebayo 9+ rebounds, and then the Joker for 12+ rebounds. It hit back-to-back games. It was beautiful. And so we cashed both times for I think it was 6, 7, whatever it is, whatever the unit size might be. But it was great. And so that was my big cash. No bad beats as of lately. And so I hope I keep it that way. But we've kind of been on a roll as of late. And one thing I will say is if you ever have a big cash day, and usually it's the same sport you're betting on, the next day, take it easy. So we'll say Tuesday, Dinger Tuesday with, I guess, the FanDuel is where we were playing at. Dinger Tuesday. So I put in $25, right? And I hit on 4 guys to hit dingers out of, I think it was 6 bets. So 4 of 6. Nice day, beautiful day, big cash. You know what today I did? I played 3 bets, and that's it. I called it a day. I didn't move on. I didn't try to go for it. I didn't try to keep the ball rolling. And honestly, I went 2-1. It was a profitable day, and I'm going to sleep at night and go into the next day. And Thursdays are little weird days for me as well. It's a transition day. And so be careful, even though my official play at the end of the show will be from a Thursday night baseball game. But that's just because the lines just came out, and I want to make sure I go ahead and get on those. But that's going to be my official play. But we're going to go ahead and get into the next interview. We have the CEO of ZenSports. He is Mark Thomas. Make sure you show some love to Mark on social media. Show some love to ZenSports. Go ahead and follow them at ZenSports. But go ahead and bring up the interview now. Mark Thomas. All right, we are live. Sorry to cut in, but we had some important interview we wanted to bring you. We have with us the CEO of ZenSports, Mark Thomas. What's up, man?
Hey, thanks for having me. Appreciate it, Daniel. Great to be here.
For sure. So we obviously are, partnering with you, and this has been obviously a big undertaking, but honestly, it's all happened so fast. I know it's for us, it's happened fast. For you guys, it's probably been a lot in the works. And so tell us a little bit about the story of ZenSports and what it is, besides just your normal sports books, because you're unique, you're different.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, real quickly, we originally were launching about 4.5 years ago under a purely peer-to-peer concept of peer-to-peer sports betting focused on cryptocurrency wagering, but eventually morphed into kind of offering everything, where we have a traditional sports book with traditional fiat and dollars wagering. We have the capability to do crypto and peer-to-peer wagering, but we're not offering that currently in Tennessee. That's something that we'll be seeking regulatory approval for at some point in the future. But we got some really unique aspects, as you can tell, to what we're doing compared to a lot of the existing operators out there. And in the meantime, before we look to have those features approved at some point in the future, we're still doing some unique things that are ready as of today. So we launched in Tennessee last week on June 8th, and we have a really unique bonus program, and it spans across a lot of different things. So first of all, we have a really unique referral bonus program where anybody can refer others using a unique referral code and actually get a percentage of their betting volume and handle for the first 6 months. And the person being referred can get a larger uncapped welcome bonus instead of a capped welcome bonus if they don't use a referral code. So that's one thing. And the second thing is that instead of just only doing like a welcome bonus or deposit bonus or sign up bonus, like a lot of other operators, we actually have an ongoing loyalty and rewards program that rewards you with cash back and other bonuses every single month for your loyalty and for your play, so that you're actually getting ongoing rewards, not just a one-time hit at the beginning. You can actually ongoing every single month earn rewards based on your betting volume, based on doing things like keeping your funds in ZenSports and making infrequent withdrawals, and other spot promotional bonuses that we have. So I think we're doing things from a unique perspective that's really rewarding loyalty that a lot of the other operators are not doing. And so we're really excited about it, and customers seem to love it.
Yeah. So actually having your money there and staying with one sports, because the easiest thing to do is to bounce around, right? You're looking for,
Right.
what are the better odds? And most of the time it's pennies on the dollar that you're really saving if you jump around so often. And so I know with, more experienced bettors, we know that is the side of things, but some people don't, right? And they're just looking for those odds. But so getting an actual incentivized part of a sports book to say, hey, stay with us, hang out with us. We'll treat you like family. Just hang
Right.
out with us. That's really what the cash rewards is all about. And that's what's so special to me within ZenSports.
Yeah. And also we have 24/7 customer support. So we're there for you anytime you need us, anytime there's a problem, anytime you have a question or an issue, we're there for you. Again, a lot of other kind of operators, you go into a black hole and you got to wait 3, 4, 5 days to hear back. We're not like that in any way, shape, or form. So I think family and friends is a really good way to look at what we're trying to do. And yeah, I mean, continuously rewarding folks for their play, based on their loyalty is really the way to go. And to be frank, we're really surprised it hasn't been done before. But yeah, all the things that we do, we keep our UX and design, pretty simple and clean, so that both experienced sports bettors as well as more casual sports bettors can find it relatively intuitive and easy to use. So I think, yeah, all the things that we're doing, we're a small startup, we're kind of a mom and pop shop. We got 20 employees, a little bit of a David versus Goliath story here, if you will, I think is also, really appealing to a lot of customers as well.
Yeah, well, we'll join you, David, for sure. That's not a problem. So we'll take down the Goliath altogether. But I know you have some cool things, and so you've been now, I guess, live for 7 days, or we're closer
6,
to
yeah.
8. Okay, so
Yeah.
we're close enough. So has it been crazy busy for you just during that span?
Oh yeah. I mean, we've been getting a lot of new signups, a lot of customers coming in, people asking questions, people asking things like what I mentioned before, like when is peer-to-peer coming, asking questions about how the bonus programs work because of the fact that it is different and unique, asking for additional markets. So we're really starting small with this. It's all the big esports right now. MLB, soccer, tennis, etc. We're going to be adding a ton of new markets and a ton of new sports and leagues in July, as well as contests and pools as well too. So we have some people coming in saying, "Oh, we'd love to be able to bet on badminton or certain, foreign basketball leagues or whatever it might be. Some things that we just didn't want to do right off the bat. But all those things are going to be coming as well too. So the interest is there. People are excited, and it's been a great 6 days.
All right, so let's get into a little bit of the stuff that we wanted to make sure we hit on is the cash rewards part. I know we talked about that. Is there anything else that you want to go into in detail that's so special and unique about the cash rewards, about bringing people in and to betting with ZenSports?
Well, I think one of the things is that you don't really have to hit huge thresholds to get some of the max bonuses. Okay. So, for example, you could get up to 2% cash back on your betting volume if you place just 5 bets and hit 10,000 a month in handle, which really isn't that much.
Yeah.
It's whatever, a few $100 a day.
Yeah.
In betting. So to hit that max 2% threshold is not that hard. And then the infrequent withdrawals bonus, I think, is really cool too. So you can get up to another 1% of your betting volume by not making any withdrawals. And you can even get 0.25% if you make 1 withdrawal per month. So if you want to get something and just keep your withdrawals to 1 per month, you can do that. Or if you can find a way to kind of hold off and withdraw like once every other month, then that month that you don't make a withdrawal, you're going to get another 1%. So you can get up to 3% cash back on your betting volume every month. And then that's in addition to the referral bonuses of those that you refer over to ZenSports. So, it's pretty rewarding
right.
if you're willing to give us your play. So we think that's cool.
All right. So the goal is to bet, win, and then keep your money in ZenSports and just watch it grow, and then we'll be rewarded for it. It's simple.
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
We know you have a scavenger hunt that has just started, I believe. I don't know what day. Is the past day
yesterday.
Or two? Okay, yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, so we saw it start, and so now the scavenger hunt being there. Tell us a little bit more about it, and then how we can go and find win.
Yeah. So right now it's just 1 bet per day with basically a gimme bet that you can win at even odds. So bet $100 to win $100 for something that basically has like a 95 to 98% chance of hitting. And we're going to start out kind of small. Right now it's just $100, but we'll definitely start to increase that as time goes on. And it's 1 bet per day, first come, first serve. Whoever finds it first in the app, it's a different, kind of sport, different bet type, different market. We rotate that around. So you got to actually hunt. That's the term, scavenger hunt. You have to actually hunt and try and find the bet. And if you do, and you're the first one to accept it, it's pretty easy money. So it's just another cool thing to give back to people. We're going to do like more things like that as time goes on. We want to be creative and fun, really be a kind of a cool place to come check out betting. So we're going to start to increase those kinds of one-off contests and promotions, as time goes on for sure.
So I was late. I looked for it today, and I was late. Another guy beat me to it. But I was looking for there, and the biggest thing that I've seen is follow the Twitter account. It's at ZenSports. Yes. Very easy. I believe you mentioned, you said that the scavenger hunt was live, and the guy found it a little while after. It wasn't like immediately, right? So it's not easy. Okay, I want people to understand that it's not easy.
Yeah.
It's not like you just open the app and there's the scavenger hunt. It's done.
It's doable though. I mean, it doesn't go away in like 20 seconds, but if you can't take 3-4 hours either.
Correct. Yeah. It was definitely, I think it's under 30 minutes, if not probably faster than that. So, but yeah, it was very, very easy. I was literally searching. So finally I was like, all right, let me go back to it because I wanted to play because I saw that y'all did it yesterday. And so the key is follow ZenSports. It's on Twitter. Everybody likes the Bird app. So go ahead and follow ZenSports and you'll be noted that the scavenger hunt is live and we'll go do that together. So I'll be joining everyone else on the hunt. I promise.
Awesome. We'd love to have you.
All right. Last thing we'll hit on is the referral code. I know everybody gets one. That's a cool, unique feature, but there's just more than just having a referral code and saying, hey, come over and join the sports book and bet along with me. It's much more than that. So tell us a little bit about the referral code.
Yeah, so it's super easy. You just go into the referral bonuses menu in the app. It's a 6-digit code. Everybody has one. We even make it easy to copy to your clipboard or to share it to social media with a couple taps of a button. That's your referral code. It never changes. It stays the same forever. And anybody that uses your referral code will get an uncapped welcome bonus of 5% of their betting volume for the first 15 days that they sign up for an account. Whereas if they don't use a referral bonus, the welcome bonus is capped at $250. Right. So they're incentivized to use your code, and then you get 3% of their betting volume for the first 6 months. Wow. So you're incentivized to refer and share it with everybody, and also share it with people that actually will probably bet, right?
Yes.
Not just, some random person that has no interest in doing it. So the incentives are really aligned. It's a win for you because you get a take of their betting volume. It's a win for them. They get a larger welcome bonus. It's a win for us because we obviously bring in more customers. So we really like it. It's all automated in the app. You can see, what your bonuses are. It gets credited to you on the month anniversary, every month on the month anniversary of when they sign up for that first 6 months. So yeah, I just refer to these people over, and you'll start getting the credits right to your account. And all of our bonuses, whether they're the cashback bonuses or the referral bonuses, are immediately withdrawable if you want. You do not have to roll them over. You don't have to bet with them. You can bet with them, of course, if you want, but you can withdraw them and treat them just like cash, back to your bank account. So in that regard, I think that's another really unique thing of us compared to others.
Yes, and this is the cool thing about being a new brand or new sports book is the other, bigger ones, right? Those have been around for much longer. It's very, very, I guess it doesn't happen often that you can be on the front end of a new sports book, and literally you're probably one of the people that knows and your other friends don't. So when you're giving out your code to all your friends, you're literally bringing in all of the 3% for the first 6 months of what they're betting. And so that's the cool thing is this is a new brand. We're going to support it. We like it. We enjoy it. And we're going to support you the whole way. And then everybody else doing the same thing, like just getting out there and just referring people. It's not that you're asking people to do it because we like you. You're doing it and saying, hey, we'll actually give you money back. And so that's the coolest thing. So it doesn't always happen. Rarely do you ever get to be on the front end of something new and make money. And so if you're a Bluff City Bets fan, if you're a follower, thank you. You have right now been able to go ahead and spread the gospel in a sense. And we'll share it with our friends, and we'll make money together.
Awesome. No, that's what it's all about, right? No, appreciate that. And, like I said before, we're a smaller company, and, I think it's always great to support small and local businesses. We're going to be opening up an office in Tennessee in the next couple of months. Nice. We already have some of our team is there. So just really excited to bring this to Tennessee and give everyone a fresh product to bet on sports with.
For sure. Well, Mark, I can't thank you enough. ZenSports CEO, Mark Thomas, you are the man. Thank you for giving us a little bit of your time today.
Yes. Thanks, Daniel. Have a great day.
I want to say thank you again to the CEO of ZenSports, Mark Thomas, for coming on and having a chance to kind of see him in a sense and talk with him about what's going on over at ZenSports and how awesome it's been. Listen, they've been open for a week in a sense, been live for a week. And so it's been awesome to kind of see the direction that they have taken so far. And so it's going to be a lot of good things coming out of that. So make sure you tune into them and show them some love. You can go follow them over on Twitter at ZenSports. But let's go ahead and get into a little bit of what we want to talk about. We're going to look at props.cash today, and we're going to see what we can actually get into. And there's not going to be much here, as I've talked about, because of the games and the different things that the way the days are. And because I'm doing this so late at night, a lot of times we're not getting all this information, but it still has a chance to be a teaching moment. So we'll try to look at some of this stuff and see what we can figure out. There's not going to be a lot of hit stuff that I'm looking at, but we can look at a lot of these guys and what their walks are. And so that's one thing I want to look at and see if it'll even show us that any of the walks. So it's not even going to show us that. Man, that's killer. All right. So maybe we'll just go to strikeouts and we'll look at that. All right. So I know we talked about in the past a lot of these guys and their walks. And so a lot of times you want to look at is streaks, right? So obviously if a guy is doing well and he's on a good streak, then we want to go ahead and keep rocking with him. And so we want to look at somebody that's probably a lot more than just two. And then you can also look and see how they've done against that opponent. And so if you're looking at Nelson here, he's actually this year, he's done well. He had 4 against them. And so that number is minus 148. that number will probably move. But also you can look at last season as well. If he wasn't a new guy, then you could obviously see that. But let's look at somebody else. Let's look at Aaron Nola. We'll look at him, even though this thing is just deciding it's not going to work tonight. I don't know why it hates us. But here we go. Back to the trends. Let's go look at Aaron Nola. And so what we're looking at here is 5.5 strikeouts at minus 142. So if you go all the way back to last year, you can actually see that he's at 69%, 35 of 51 cash. That's a good number, but let's go ahead and take out last season, and that number goes to 50-50. But if you look at the last 10, he's at 60%. So he's doing a lot better than on the season. But in a sense, he's been kind of all over the place. He has not faced Arizona this year. And then if you're also looking at Arizona against right-handed pitching, they're one of the best of not striking out. So if you see red on here over at props.cash, you can sign up using code BCMBet. But go ahead and look at that. And you're looking at the strikeout rates. And so that 5.5 number, that 6 number, the reason this number is the way it is, he's averaging 6 on the year. If you take out this 12 and 10 and you put that just at the 6 number, that whole thing is going to drop. And so usually what I try to do is I take out the 2 peaks and the other 2 peaks that usually are down here. He looks at just a 3 and a 4, and you're going to get a good idea on the number. And then you can compare that. Sorry, I took my my mic off. But if you can compare that to other numbers over here that you're looking at, you can also see starting pitchers. So if you go look at right-handers, you can see a lot of these X marks. So you got Zach Wheeler, who he did just cash his 6.5. But these other ones down, Charlie Morton pitched well against them. He was incredible that game. His curveball was really working, and so you don't want to take that too far. But these you're starting to see bunches, right? So bunches down here, but they kind of been all over the place against lefties. They haven't been striking out as much either, and so looks like that. You're looking at both guys. They're putting up a lot of X's and few and far between that you can actually see over that 5.5. So you're not seeing a lot of 6s, except for this little moment right here where we went against Atlanta, did Strider, Morton, and then Seabold as well for Colorado's. And so that's something that you want to look at, is seeing on the strikeouts. If you're looking at that, make sure you're paying attention to the numbers in a sense. Always go look at last season and see how they faced him. He went against them. He only had 5. And so that's very important to look at. Looking at the entire course of the entire season of last year as well is good. Sonny Gray, who I've been very impressed with, he has a little bit higher of a number, 6.5. But you see this number at 8.5. Okay, so let's go look at it. When was these? So you see 22 right here and 23. He faced them twice last year. Okay, and so I want to look at that. That's 7 and 10. Okay, well, they were worse. They were one of the fourth worst in striking out, right? They were just striking out, and pretty much that number that they have is still the same. They just played pretty well there in, I guess they played in Detroit against Atlanta, but they're coming off of that. I just see that this could be a chance to go ahead and pick up Sonny Gray. But let's go ahead and take out last season. Let's go here. That's what scares me. Is you see these numbers right here, these last 5. So if you just went to the last 5 on this number, then you're going to look at that and see that he has not been pitching well as of late. And so those are what I take into consideration. So don't just see one number and go straight forward. Okay. You want to pay attention that actually he's not 38% on the year, and you're getting decent odds to go under. Pretty much they're saying he's going to be right on that number of 6. And so this is going to be a heavy sweat one way or the other. The only thing you can look at is maybe the way the weather is facing. Is it blowing out? Is it in? So are guys looking to maybe drop and drive and actually launch the ball because it is great weather, or they're having to battle a little bit more? And so if they're having to battle a little bit more, you kind of think that they're going to know that, hey, I just can't drop and drive and launch one out of the park for a home run. I actually have to battle. And at that point, you're talking about a pitch count going up a little bit more for Sonny Gray, which limits his possible strikeouts. So that's something there's so many things to pay attention to in baseball. And so that's why I try to teach a little bit about props.cash of what it actually can do, because it is a very good tool. You just have to know how to use it. And so Minnesota striking out against left-handed pitchers, it has been the thing, but I think you can look at Minnesota striking out against anyone. They don't strike out as much against lefties as they do righties. Righties, look at this number. It's crazy how many check marks there are. It is nuts. So that's something to look at with the strikeouts and different things. Matthew Boyd, I don't believe he has been. Yeah, he's a newer pitcher, so he's not going to show you much. He had some starts last year, it looks like, but not much. So he is a fairly new pitcher. And so a little bit of nerding out, just showing you a little bit of what this tool can do for you, and something that you want to kind of pay attention to and look at is how to use it and actually use it to your benefit. And so there's so many different ways to go about that, because you can go ahead and dig in further and deeper into it. They also have an app. But go ahead and go over and download that props.cash, sign up, use code BCNBet, and they will make sure that you're learning. And if you have any questions, you want to reach out to us directly, you can always get us over at Bluff City Bets on Twitter, and we'll make sure we answer any questions for you. All right, let's go ahead and get into the official plays. Sorry, it has been just me here this whole time. But we want to make sure that we go ahead and bring you everything that we have. And so this is the official play that I have, and it's going to be the Atlanta Braves and the Colorado Rockies over 8.5 runs. This is the total runs on the entire game. Atlanta Braves and the Colorado Rockies, the over 8.5 on the game. At one point, I did see it at minus 115. It is now is going on the increasing. I have seen it go all the way up to 130, minus 130. It's not all the way out on everybody's book, so I'm hoping that it doesn't completely go crazy after this recording, and then we can't actually bet it because it's at 9. So I don't like the 9, because at that point you're pushing at 9 and you're hoping to get to 10. At least at 8.5, you want to be able to get to 9, and you feel comfortable. So we want to make sure we stay there. I'm going to look at it real quick on another book. It's opening at 9, and a lot of other books at plus 100. And so you're probably going to teeter a little bit. So make sure you stay tuned to that. See if you can get that 8.5 number. And even if you can't get it, because it is in Atlanta, you might have a chance to strike out this or get out the side with Colorado. And between the first inning, at the half inning right there, go ahead and see if it'll drop down to 8.5. If it hasn't fallen down from 9 to 8.5 between the half inning there, then you might have a chance to actually land it at the 8.5. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Another one I want to look at real quick, and it was a kind of a fun one, but one I've seen with the draft, and we'll have a little bit more on the draft next week, is plus 180 for picking the first 3 people to get drafted. And that's going to be in Wemby, Scoot, and Brandon Miller. Everybody knows now, and I even have a play on this. Thank to Ryan Meadows, who's one of my guys who bets with me. He went ahead and told me to get Brandon Miller for plus 140 to go second overall right when the draft balls landed, and it was Charlotte. Well, Charlotte could trade out of that somehow, some way. I don't know if they would have traded back with Portland and let Portland get Scoot that way, or if because maybe Portland doesn't trust Charlotte and they want to have their pick. Maybe somebody out from the outside comes in and offers them a lot for that second, maybe the third pick, whatever might happen. There's so much that could happen. At plus 180, I'm willing to make a swing at it. It'll be a small sprinkle, small swing. But if there's any way that Scoot goes 2, then you know Brandon Miller's going 3. And so there's a chance to play that. The other one, there's no way you can play Wemby, Miller, and Scoot in that order. It's just impossible. The odds are too high. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. There are so many golf guys I'm looking at already. I've already have a bunch of plays out there. Obviously, you can't bet on Scotty Scheffler to win, but make sure you stay tuned for tournament matchups. That's kind of what the bread and butter is the tournament matchups. I already have one. I believe it's Shane Lowry. Is it over Max Homa? I'm not sure exactly who it is, but Shane Lowry, I'm backing him. You can find that in the Discord if you want. So, but that's all we have. This is a shorter show, but make sure you kind of stay tuned for what we have upcoming. It is baseball season. That is pretty much what we're going to be playing going forward. But make sure you join the Discord. It's been a lot of fun, and you can keep cashing with us. Let's have a great week and keep cashing.
Thank you for listening to Bluff City Bets. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. For comprehensive coverage of all things Memphis sports, head over to www.bluffcitymedia.co and find out how you can become an insider. We will see you back here next week.